Now, our first matchup for Championship Sunday is the AFC Championship game at Empire Field at Mile High in Denver. Got the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. And this is one of them games where the storyline writes itself. The last time the Patriots and the Broncos met in the playoffs in Denver, it was Brady versus Manning. A decade ago, two icons, two eras colliding. This time it's a new generation, and nobody had it mapped out like this back in September. New England's path is about growth and momentum. They survive a 1-2 start, and they flip the season into dominance. 15 wins in their last 16 games, out in the playoffs, and the center of it all is Drake Maye. In year 2, playing like an MVP candidate. Denver path is about toughness and survival. They're the AFC's #1 seed. They're at home, and they've been one of the best teams in football. But now the entire game changes because Bo Nix fractures his ankle in overtime last week, so everything tightens. Everything becomes more precious. Every drive matters more. Every mistake matters more. And the real tension is this. Denver has been built around a defense that can dominate a game, but the offense now has to be piloted by Stidham, who's making his first start in 2 years with a Super Bowl trip on the line. That's not a normal situation. It's more like a pressure cooker. Then you add the something's got to give layer here. The Patriots are 8-0 on the road this season. Best road story in the league. But New England is 0-4 all-time in the playoffs at Denver. So which one wins out? History at Mile High, or what this Patriots team has shown us all season away from home? And let's be clear. Both defenses come into this game playing with serious confidence. New England's defense has allowed 448 yards and 19 points combined in the playoffs, with 9 sacks and 6 takeaways. Denver's defense ranked first in sacks, second in yards allowed, and third in scoring defense in the regular season, and just forced 5 turnovers last week. So this is not just who's better. This is who handles the pressure, who protects the football, who can generate offense when the field shrinks and hits get heavier. All right, now let's get into the 3 key factors here that's going to decide it for us. Number 1, the Stidham game plan. Quick decisions, protect the football, survive the moment. This is the headline, and there's no way around it. Jarrett Stidham is making his first start since week 18 of the 2023 season. He hasn't attempted a regular season pass in 2 years, and now he stepped into a conference championship game with a Super Bowl trip on the line. That's a pressure cooker. Denver's offense can't just copy and paste the Bo Nix version. Nix's game includes athleticism, design QB movements, and getting outside the pocket. Stidham isn't that, so Denver has to win with structure, quick passing, timing routes, in breakers, and selective shot plays, plus a heavier emphasis on the run game to keep Stidham out of obvious passing down. And here's another layer. Denver's offense took a hit last week. Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, and center Alex Forsythe left the divisional round win over Buffalo with injuries. So Denver's margin for error gets even thinner because if you're shorthanded, the Patriots can pin their ears back and force Stidham to hold the ball. And New England defense has earned respect in the playoffs, no matter what these analysts are saying every day on TV. Against the Chargers and the Texans, they've allowed only 448 total yards and 19 total points combined, while stacking 9 sacks and 6 takeaways. So the key for Denver is simple. Don't feed them the game. If Stidham is steady early and opening drive scorer, even just points, Denver can settle into a script where their defense does what it does. My key number 2 is Drake Maye's survival test. Ball security versus the league's nastiest rush. Now let's flip it. Drake Maye is an MVP candidate, right? But the Patriots' pass protection has been leaky when the lights get brighter. Through 2 playoff games, Maye has been sacked 10 times and faced 31 pressures on 66 dropbacks. And the ball security, it has to improve. Maye has fumbled 6 times in those 2 games. That's not the profile you want walking into Denver because the Broncos bring heat. Last week, they harassed Josh Allen into 4 turnovers. And Denver's pass rush is the kind of unit that can turn a great quarterback into a get-it-out-now quarterback. The matchup that you can't ignore here is Broncos edge rusher Nick Bonito versus Patriots rookie left tackle Will Campbell, especially after Campbell struggled versus Houston. He struggled against the Chargers as well. If Denver wins that edge consistently, it forces Maye into rush decisions and it put those fumbles and sacks back on the table. New England's answer has to be a clean rhythm. Get the ball out, protect Maye with scheme, and make sure their top targets show up. They need more consistent production from Stephon Diggs and Hunter Henry. Both have scored in the playoffs, but together they got 10 catches for 125 yards on 18 targets. If that duo is quiet again, Denver can load up, hunt pressure, and force the Patriots to string together long drives without mistakes. Now, my key number 3 is the run game chess match. Patriots dual runs versus Denver one soft spot. This is the sneaky key that can decide the entire game. Denver's run defense in the regular season was elite. They allowed 91.1 rushing yards per game at 3.9 yards per carry. But last week, Buffalo ran for 183 yards, and Denver had averaged 5.1 per carry. That's a real crack in the armor, right? And here's the matchup-specific stat that makes this huge. Denver allows 5.8 yards per carry against dual runs, and New England runs dual 32% of the time, third most in the NFL. That's a direct collision. But it also comes with a huge question. Is that 5.8 number simply variance of 65 dual runs faced this season, or is it a real weakness that New England can target? If the Patriots can establish the ground game, it does 3 things. Number 1, it slows down Denver's pass rush. Number 2, it keeps Drake Maye out of long yardage dropbacks where the sacks and fumbles show up. And number 3, it turns the game into a possession battle where New England's road composure can win it. And don't forget, Maye is a factor on the ground too. He can scramble, and they can selectively design movement. Add in Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, and New England has multiple ways to stay on schedule. Meanwhile, Denver's run game has been a grind too since J.K. Dobbins' foot injury. They leaned on R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin. They had hope that Dobbins could make his return, but he will be out again. That would have been big, especially for Stidham, who's making his start. My takeaway in this one is, when I boil it down, if New England runs the ball effectively and Maye protects it, they can travel and win anywhere. If Denver defense creates chaos early and Stidham plays mistake-free football, the crowd and the altitude can tilt this game. My pick here, Patriots.